Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Verassi from Creative World of Montessori with CWCC Inc. And I am here today with two fabulous 3-6 teachers, Miss Jen and Miss Gabby. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I know you've had a long day of training already so far, and you guys were training last week. And you guys are going to be in your classrooms and so much excitement. So I appreciate you joining me here today to welcome your parents and students and things like that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. So, Jen, you've been with us for quite a bit. Can you give us a little bit of your background, tell us a little bit about yourself, any fun facts, kind of just introduce yourself to your parents that maybe are new and your students that are new, and also to your returners.
So I have been doing Montessori, I think now for 8 years. My youngest son is when I started doing Montessori, and he is 8. I came to the program through Amy, where she introduced me to the Inspire side and started over there and worked my way over. I have a background in physical education, and I like to coach, and in all ages.
And you also have your Montessori credential and your teaching license too. And both your children, I know so much about you, Jen.
I know.
It's
and
great.
I'm going back to school for my master's and working on that. I got a year left of that, so we'll see how that goes too.
Well, we're really proud of you. And one other big thing this year for you, Miss Jen, is you guys are moving your classroom over to the Montessori building next door. So you're in a different spot for your returning students, which is really exciting for you guys.
Yes, we'll be hopefully occupying a couple of rooms and being able to see some different students and some already students who have been there, and we can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a great experience. And Miss Gabby, we are so excited. I know many of your returners know you from last year, and this year you are ready to go. Can you give us a little bit of your background and just tell us about yourself?
So I was first introduced to Montessori because my mom actually, I was born in Mexico, background of myself, fluent in Spanish, and my mom actually was a Montessori teacher in Mexico, so I kind of was introduced to that, and I started working on the Inspire side, as Jen had said as well. And I got introduced to Montessori and, started working with aftercare, kind of stuck my toes in the water a little bit and realized, wow, I really love this. And I had the chance to work in Jen's room last school year for a couple months. And, here I am now. I got the opportunity to work side along her again this year, and I'm very excited.
Well, I think it's going to be a great year. You guys really had a dynamic duo, I think, and really had a great flow to your classroom. Even with all the, COVID stuff at the end of the year, you guys really are dynamic, and I'm so glad that you guys are going to be back joining with us. Jen, talk to us about anything that you think would be helpful for your parents and students to know about some of your classroom policies and procedures, or anything that would be most helpful for them.
I do have a form that I would like to send out to the parents. It kind of gives them an idea of the grace and courtesy that we look for, and how we love to teach the kids how to respect themselves, how to respect others, and to respect the materials in the classroom. And it kind of gives a little bit of a breakdown as to the things that we're looking for. And then if there are any other situations in the classroom that we can help with, or that they can help with through communication, that's also something that I would like to hand out, just for them to know and kind of get an idea of the procedures and how we like to do things in the classroom.
And Miss Jen, this year we talked earlier today about using that take-home folder. That is one that can be wiped down and cleaned, and it's kind of one that has it's sealed so the papers can go back and forth to home. And that's a great place where, are you planning on sending that maybe out the first day of school? When were you really thinking about sending that out?
Yeah, that'll be in their take-home folder with them for the first day of school.
So the communication for your classroom, for you and Gabby, would probably be best with that folder, unless they needed to email you, or if they really needed to speak to you, they could email to set up a phone conference, or even call the front office to set up a time to meet with you. Does that kind of sound best for you and Gabby?
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
So I know we use the MRX system, which is the online that all the students, all the parents, excuse me, will get their login for that if they don't already have it. And you can check progress and things like that. But really, we want to make sure we are communicating. I know that some of our teachers also have said in the other interviews that if you have a message that you wanted to get to the teachers, you can always even write a note in their take-home folder because we'll be checking those each day. And Jen, is that something that you're going to also do in your room?
Yes, that will be, they will have mailboxes that they will be able to put their folder in, something that we can utilize. That way, if there is a message that the parents have for us, we will be able to get that out. And also if we have something that we need to send to them, Gabby and I really like to send a positive notes for the
Yeah.
kiddos that are doing great things in the classroom. And they really enjoyed that last year, getting that home and sharing that with their parents and their family. So using that take-home folder is going to be really good for us this year.
Great. Miss Gabby, was there something you wanted to add about those take-home notes and excitement notes?
No, just kind of going off what Jen said, it is something super exciting that helps us keep connected with, the family of the child and with the child as well, to let them know, we acknowledge you, like, thank you for, being our helpers in the classroom and so forth. So yeah, it's something that just really worked.
That's excellent. I love that. Jen, I know that every year, and I was the same way because my children came up through the Montessori, but when they were in 3-6, the first couple weeks of school, especially now that they've been off or maybe have been at home with their routine, they can be a little bit tired in that 3-6 room because they're not used to the new schedule. Can you please talk parents through that? They do get through it, the first week they will be, they do get tired. However, they start to normalize with that schedule. Can you talk them through that? Because I know that's definitely for a parent that's new to the 3-6 Montessori, that's something that sometimes we have to help support them through.
Yeah, I mean, we do give them an opportunity. We have a mindfulness period that we go through where we're listening to different musics, and we do different silent routines for them to kind of give them an opportunity to to rest a little bit. We do also have a quiet book time where they're able to kind of sit with their own book and their own thoughts. So there are those times where we're able to have those children do those rest periods throughout the day. It will be an adjustment for them to make it all the way through the school day, but notice that there are many other children who have gone through this before, and although it may take a little bit of time in an adjustment period, they will get through that.
Absolutely, and I think that's the one thing that they do adapt, and during that time, they're not napping or anything like that. They're just taking a peaceful break and reading in the mindfulness. And that's something really in that Montessori community that we really are aware of. And as teachers, you guys do a phenomenal job observing the children and really seeing what their needs are during those portions and those times, which is just a wonderful thing. And I know watching the growth of my own 2 boys go through the Montessori community, I've always been so thankful of how well you prepare our children to be learners, but also to make sure that they are taking care of their environment and their own bodies. So thank you for all of that. Is there anything that you want to make sure, or parents kind of talk to their students about, or their children, excuse me, before the first day of school, that maybe what it will look like? Because your first day will be your kindergartners, and then your returners, and then all new students. It's kind of a staggered start this year because of getting used to those practices. Is there any message that you want to make sure they know for those first few days, Jen and Gabby?
You can go first, Jen, if you want.
No, go ahead, Gabby.
Okay. I would just say to tell them, they are safe. They will be safe. We are here to help them. As long as we all, stay together and keep our, just the hand washing and, stay healthy within yourself, sneeze in your elbow. If you happen to cough, wash your hands, just everything, the basics, and just in general, just know that they're safe and that we'll get through it together.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Gabby. Jen?
One thing that I have found just for my own children is we've kind of been going through some of the social stories about like wearing the mask or washing the hands or doing things like that. They were very apprehensive at the beginning, but I think with utilizing some of those social stories for them, that it's really helped them to better understand what they're going to see and the kinds of things that they're going to be going through. So just preparing them a little bit at the beginning, and we'll continue to do that inside the classroom and hopefully utilize some of those social stories through the classroom also.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
and one thing that I was doing with, the girls for the summer was kind of letting them in on the masks and everything. After the first couple weeks, they kind of started to see what kind of masks I had. So I, would pick a child and be like, hey, what mask would you like Miss Gabby to wear today or tomorrow? And kind of let them be part of it and let them like make it fun for them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And, we are encouraging parents to have multiple masks because you're going to be washing them, and bringing a fresh one every day. And, I feel like the masks, I have so many of those now because of having to frequently wash them and whatnot. It's definitely the new accessory for sure.
Yep.
We also did have some of our 3-6 teachers today encouraged to keep clothing and even hair for little ones simple, so then they didn't have to be worrying about their hair bows and their masks and everything like that, to kind of just be mindful of their outfits because they're going to also be dealing with masks and all of those other things. Our students are great learners and really respect their environments. And really, this small learning community is what we've always done. So our students are used to this, and I think it's going to be a great year. Anything that I'm missing before we give a shout out to your students and you give out any you want to tell them?
Not that I know.
No? Okay. So Ms. Gabi, I'll let you go first. Why don't you, right now you're just speaking straight to your students, not to your parents. Just give them a well wish before they return to school.
Okay. Hi, kids. I hope you have been having an amazingly fun summer and are excited to come back to school with Miss Jen and I. We're very excited to see you all and start the school year and get to learning.
Miss Jen, Miss Gabi did really great. So now you've got
Don't make me. Just leave it to her. No, kids, we're very excited to see you. I know it's been quite some time. We are ready to get back into the classroom and to learn and work on the materials and get through some of the things that we were doing last year. If it's your new year, to get started with some brand new things. And we can't wait to see you.
Awesome. Well, thank you both, ladies. You guys are going to have a great year. And I know every one of your students is just going to love having you as teachers this year. So thank you for everything you do, and welcome back, everyone.